I hate this camera. Why are you overheating? Here's one thing. I'm grateful for this camera. I'm grateful that I have the resources to be able to buy things like this. But these Sony vlogging cameras really, and I'm a Sony girl. I ride for Sony when it comes to cameras and some other electronics, but baby, this ZV-1 be stressing me out. I don't advocate for it. I don't. Because baby, why is you on standby? I only been recording 10 minutes. I've been recording 10 minutes, and why is you overheated? I only have my little thing. I think we all just need to take a break. We all just need to take a break. Take a step back. Take a step back. Not too many. You'll see I don't have any pants on. I went to go get my flag. I went to Uganda and Kenya for 4 weeks recently, okay? That was my first time going to Africa, or no, not my first time going to Africa. I spent some time in Egypt. That was my first time going to East Africa and my first time going to African countries that, how can I say this without getting in trouble? Sometimes Egyptians don't want to be African. You know what I'm saying? Some do, some don't. But everybody in Uganda recognizes that they are African and says and professes to be African. Anyway, that's my first time going to a country where African people look like me, right? They don't look like me in Egypt. They don't. So I went there. I had a fantastic time, and several things happened in my mind and heart. Okay, lots of things happened in my mind and heart. One of the greatest things, and I'll talk about them as time goes on because I'm still processing a lot of it. But one of the greatest things that happened is that I realized that I have got to take advantage of the gifts and talents that I have that I'm not currently taking advantage of. Even the interests that I have, because I have so much opportunity in this country. The fact that I'm not taking advantage of all those things and not putting the pedal to the metal is maddening to me, especially after having seen my cousins, my brothers and sisters putting the pedal to the metal with such a different landscape, right? And so that's what I'm finna do. And it's not even on some like, oh, you're not valuable if you're not working type thing, because I don't subscribe to that. There are just things that I want to see and things that I have the power to see that I'm not actively engaging right now. So I'm finna do some engagement. So the main thing is being a translator. I, for a very long time, have wanted to be like a biblical interpreter. And when we were in Uganda, really when we were in Kenya too, but we spent more time in Uganda. When we were in Uganda, everybody spoke 5 to 7 languages, and it was casual, right? They just switch in and out. They translate for each other. They have friends that speak different languages, and these are not like super highly educated people. Some of them were, but some of them were not, and some of them were not in business. Some of them were just regular people who spoke all of these languages almost effortlessly. And I was like, this is crazy, because that's something that I've wanted for a really long time, but I've either, kind of put on the back burner, or felt like I couldn't do it, or gotten discouraged, or been like, oh, what? Speaking 3 languages? That's crazy. Speaking 4 languages? That's crazy. Little do I know, on the other side of the pond, okay, and I'm not talking about Europe, on the other side of the pond, the other way, it's casual and natural. And so that's something that I am going to continue to pursue. And that is what a good bit of the content on this channel will be about, just this journey to understanding and being able to move fluidly through. I mixed fluently and fluidly, and I'm okay with that. Hey, that's funny because I'm talking about moving in and out of different languages and I can barely make it through my own. Anyway, just being able to move fluently and fluidly throughout different languages, in between different languages, and being able to use that to be an interpreter. And like I said, my dream has always been to be one like in church and like to do it like for the Bible. But I know that there are like lots of other ways that I can do that as well. And so I'm not limiting myself just to that, even though that I do believe is a high call for those who are called to that, okay? Because communication is the essence of life. Let me nails. Like, Hold on. Sorry, I'm about to mess up the tracking. That's cute, right? The girl at the shop made me take a picture. Uh-huh. Hand models on fleek. Don't look at my hairy knuckles. Boop. I also teach English, and I love teaching English. I teach English to adults. And I love my job. I love it with everything in me. I'd be happy to go to work literally every morning. Every morning, I'm happy to go to work. I'd be excited to go to work every day. And that's a blessing because I have not always been that way. And I know many people are not that way. But I spend a lot of time with people who are, they're adults. So it's not like they're coming over here and like, learning two cultures alongside each other. They fully lived a full life, back home in whatever language, country, geographic landscape, political landscape, whatever they were living in. And then they came here and they are interfacing with another. And some people, completely assimilate and some people just integrate. Either way, I have access to, lots of different things. Why was I saying that? Maybe I just want to talk about my job because I like my job. I love my job. Anyway. Oh, that's why I was saying it. Because I am a black woman in that space. And normally they only see white men and women or people from their own cultures who are, who are trying to bridge the gap, which is fantastic. The more the merrier. I'm not mad about that. All I'm saying is that when I go in there, I'm either a rare jewel or an oddity. Okay. And it just depends on who's looking and who's responding to me. And that's something that has previously for me been a barrier, but it won't be anymore because like I said, I see my cousins on the other side of the world doing it, living in it, being very natural in it. And so I know that for me, it's not something that feels so foreign anymore. So that's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. If you want to be a part of that, great. If not, you can still do that and watch if you want. Please. So yeah, so I'll talk about my journey, just like, jumping 2 feet in to these languages and 2 feet into this space of interpreting and really having to understand the language in order to be able to, translate it. Just the things that I learned, the things that I encounter. Also, like I said, I'm an English teacher, so there'll probably be some sort of English language support if anybody is interested in that. Also, I need help because like the internet is great, but if people don't talk back to you, then you're not learning very much. You're just kind of like watching things and kind of being this like mentally like static observer and bystander. I'm not trying to do that. So I'm going to be navigating Luganda, Swahili, and Spanish. So if anybody speaks any of those, all 3 of those, feel free, give me some feedback. I'm gonna ask some questions. Just help me out because like I said, I want to contribute to the world, really, but to my immediate surroundings as much as I can, and to the people that, need that support as much as I can. And, to quote the greatest to ever do it, Beyonce Giselle Knowles, she said, I was here. And she said, I want to leave a footprint on the sands of time. I'd like to do that, but it doesn't have to be one that everybody sees. As long as I'm in the space that I'm in and the sphere of influence that I have, I'm making sure that I am supporting the people that need that support with the gifts and the privileges and the resources that I have. Then I'm fine. I'm fine. This camera is overheating again, so I'm finna go. But yeah, I'll see y'all soon. It's not going to be one of them channels where they upload 2 videos and don't come back. I'm going to come back because I feel convicted. I'm too old to be starting at the beginning. But journeys are beautiful. Journeys are beautiful. And so I'm not really sad about starting where I'm starting at the age that I'm starting at. Because again, journeys are beautiful. And Bill Withers was like 40 when he was making hits. So I'm straight. I'm not there.